know I should be starting soon, but I just got distracted. Why is Digimon trending on Twitter? Why? Shut up, phone. I don't need to hear myself. There's going to be a new dub movie. Or they're remastering it, looks like. God damn. I want to see that. Howdy, howdy. Yeah, summer sucks. That's what it does. I got my AC running right now, so if you hear it in the background, sucks to suck, I guess. I know I hear it in the feedback of my own goddamn my headphones. I'm gonna jump into some anonymous questions before I go into my other usual content. Excuse me. It has been a while since I've done a segment on my telenym questions. And holy shit, do I have a ton. I've done like a couple videos previously about answering some questions. That was before I actually used it the way I should have been by like answering on Telenym instead of just answering as questions. Digimon movie remaster better include Angela Anaconda Sword or I'm boycotting, right? Goddamn bet. It better be in the highest fidelity for that Angela Anaconda opening. We need to see more Angelamon. When I first made my anonymous questions videos, there were like I had what 50 questions total. Now I'm over 300, I think. So I'm not going to be answering every specific one in my videos now. It's the more the ones that get me to think, kind of thing. Have like a more in-depth kind of answer, or ones that aren't asked very often. First off, do you drink alcohol from time to time? Yeah, but not really. Last time I actually had anything to drink was, I would say, Christmas. I was going to do like tips, I guess, uh, for a donathon or for that charity stream I did. Drop some money for the charity. I'll take a drink, kind of thing. Like drop a couple buck or whatever. Nobody did that small enough amount, so I didn't end up drinking that day and end up spilling it on my keyboard. I haven't had any alcohol since. What did you believe in for way too long as a child? Ooh, that's a dark one. That, like, life was totally in your grasp, that you could literally do anything, which, it's sort of true. It just comes with a fuck ton of caveats, and you gotta work way harder than you ever thought. When was the last time I was ill? Typically, I'm not too ill. It's usually once a year kind of thing. It was last winter, and then I got strep throat like last week. That was fun. Telling him, I presume. Yeah, telling him. I just kept track of all the questions I had been given, or at least the ones that caught my eye. How do I feel about gambling? Would I? Yeah, I would go to a casino and play some blackjack or whatever. I'd probably go in with like a set amount of $100, and if I lose $100, that's it for the night. But it's not something I typically go out of my way to do. I don't even buy scratchy wins. Three kinds of people who annoy you the most. Hmm. Minors for one. The most. I don't know. I don't really think about people who annoy me very much. Kind of just live my life. I'm pretty sure I gave 3 answers in the tweet response, but I just don't remember. When's my birthday? May 1st. What Netflix show do you like the most? I'm gonna presume they mean Netflix original. I don't know. There's a lot. I don't watch Netflix that much these days. I've actually been watching Disney Plus. I know, bad shame canceled me. Um, Bad Batch has been pretty decent. What else have I been watching? Seriously, what else have I been watching? Oh, Gundam Witch from Mercury. That's been pretty good. Pretty good. You got a partner currently? Yep. What brings you a bunch of joy at the moment? Mostly weed. What does being courageous mean to you? God, these are like all so vague. But I mean, anonymous questions. Of course, they're going to be vague. I don't know. Doing something that seems scary. I'm also really, really high. First cartoon character you had a crush on? I want to say Sally Acorn. She was pretty cute. Anything bad happened today? Oh yeah, there's always drama happening. How old are you? 12,032. I know, it's surprising. 10,000-year-old demon that looks like an adult. How do you like to cuddle? I like to be the big spoon. Do you think karma really exists? No, that's superstitious bullshit, just like religion. How should I take not getting an answer from you? Lying down? Bent over? I don't know. Like, is this about anonymous, like telonym questions, or is it about a DM that I forgot to respond to? I don't fucking know. You can always send me another one. When a friend of yours likes to gossip, do you think they gossip about you? They obviously gossip about you. Like, if they gossip about everybody else, of course they gossip about you. Literally doesn't matter. Usually demons look younger at that age. Must be the stress. Stress and smoking. Is there a person you are constantly comparing yourself to on Instagram? No, I don't use Instagram. What did you do with friends that wasn't allowed? A lot of stuff. I think the dumbest things we did was blocking traffic to get people to honk for the local hockey team. Even though we weren't wearing any jerseys or whatnot, we were just dumb kids. Is being popular important to you? No, that's why I'm openly progressive. Dealing with fake friends, how do you do it? Live your life? Like, who who cares that much? If it's a big problem that they're fake, then don't associate with them. Is it that hard? Hey Raj, how you doing? You have advice for when parents won't let you have a relationship. Move out, be an adult. Oh my god. Please tell me somebody over 18 sent me that. You ever feel alone? Yes, constantly. I'm a public figure. What are you currently thinking too much about that is not good for you? Probably. It's usually VTuber drama, to be honest. Does money play a role for you when dating? No, I don't really date, so it doesn't play any role. Something that someone said that made you feel insecure. Oh, I got bothered for publicly singing in music class one year in high school, and that's held on to me like forever. Let's say you got famous overnight, what would you do? Go back to sleep, make sure I'm not dreaming. What quality of yourself are you most proud of? I don't know. I don't really take pride in myself. Surprisingly. Hey, hero. What did you buy online recently? Hero pitch me? What? What did I buy online recently? Jeez, what was the last thing I ordered online? I have no idea. Oh, pinch you, make sure you're not dreaming. That makes sense, yeah. Make sure it's actually going on. Yeah, I don't buy stuff online recently. So I honestly can't tell you the last thing I bought. Do you or a friend have a Tinder horror story? What's your worst? Oh my god, this one's pretty funny. So, I was pretty, you know, needing it, so I went on Grinder, and somebody had a somewhat cute picture of themselves with the teddy bear. I Neither of us could host that night, but he said he had a car. Okay, I'm pretty down bad. Let's do this. Turns out his friend was driving. Okay, I'm pretty down bad. I'm doing this. We end up three-way playing in the back of the car. That was a lot of fun. Dude gets a little mouth fun and then proceeds to finish himself off and then proceed to say he needs to get dropped off for work tomorrow. Like, that's where you wanted to end this? So obviously me and his friend drop him off and then find another dark alley and go finish what we started. I still keep in contact somewhat with his friend. I've never talked to that dude since. I wonder if he knows about that I've talked about it publicly. I don't even know the dude's name, so it's not like it's gonna come back to him. What topic do guys often lie about in your experience? About the same as any other gender. It varies from person to person. Yay. But if I had to pick one, it would be dick size. When did you not speak up when you should have? Honestly, this one's hard to come up with off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure I did tweet that out. The camera looking at me fine. That's being a little weird. I don't know. I'm definitely sure there have been times when I should have spoken up, but I just can't think of any off the top of my head. Bloody hell, how have I been? I've been dying of strep throat for over a week. That was a lot of fun. And by fun, I mean not fun, and a lot of pain. I didn't even really get to smoke weed that much. Missed 2 weeks of work. It sucked. Gonna stop it? No, I'm not gonna stop it. How do you invite the person you like to your house? Well, in my experience, if I got the place to myself, I just say, "Hey, you want to suck my dick?" and then they show up. But I am aware that doesn't work for everybody. So, I don't know, invite them to check out your gunpla collection or Your Lego collection or whatever in hobby you have. Basically, if you tell people you got a hobby and want to show it off, it shows that you're more of a person than just trying to get in their pants. What names would you give your children? Um, I don't know. I didn't even give my cats names. They just kind of already had them, and we just loved them. That's kind of how I'm gonna treat kids. Hey, Praxis, how you doing? You have allergies like hay fever. No, I'm immortal. But the only thing of all the things for me to suck at, I suck at breathing. So there's that. Describe offsides if you can. Isn't that a thing from hockey when the puck goes across the offensive line before the attacking player? Like the team in control? I don't know. I don't watch ice football very much. If you're reincarnated as a sea creature, what would it be? Um Orcas are pretty cool. When was the last time you cried and why? Um I actually don't remember the last time I had a full on cry. It was probably stressing over life. That's usually what I cry about. Any parties you went to recently? There was a dying party in my bed and I was invited. That wasn't very fun. I did watch a lot of Simpsons. Honestly, they're kind of funny still. Do you think parties are okay for a first date? Why? I mean, it depends. If you're both into it, yes, there's a lot of people there, pretty public, that's cool. If the other person is not into it, that's a horrible idea. How do you feel about polyamory? I personally don't care. I got friends that are polyamorous. It does not bother me. I'm kind of the opposite. I'm arrow. Like aromantic. I don't experience romantic attraction. I just like to be friends with people and have sex with them. How to start a new relationship when you have trust issues. Work on your issues first, then try to get into a relationship. Do you prefer younger or older people? Why? I prefer people my own age. I do tend to bat older instead of going younger because honestly, it feels a little creepy to go even towards like 19, 20. It's a personal bother of mine if the person I'm sleeping with is younger than the movie Shrek. And yes, there are 20-year-olds that fall in that demographic. How are you feeling lately? I'm getting over strep throat. That's pretty poggers. I'm like, I'm like a quarter of the way through my questions. Nice. So old? I thought I was older than you. How are you romantic? I don't know. I'm Arrow. But apparently this stuff that I like doing as friends, like cuddling and watching a show, is seen as romantic. So we're like a year off or something. I have no idea. Honestly, I don't know. I just know my birth year is a palindrome. Oh my god, that gives it away. Older than the movie Shrek and my birth year is a palindrome. Unless you go by my lore, then I'm like 12,000 years old, so I'm always batting younger and don't get a choice. A few years. Yeah. Yeah. Just a couple. bones grinding to dust. What's your opinion on violent meant? I wonder if they meant violent means. Hey, Joestar. Anyone younger than the US release date of the Dreamcast is not allowed in my bubble. That's fair. Hell, that's even older than my standards. So, opinion on violent means, I guess? Because they put in meant, and I'm guessing it's a typo. But I don't know. If God, these are all so vague, it's hard to give definitive answers. It depends what you're protesting, what you're fighting for, how long you've been fighting for it. There's so many. No, no, not violent mint. Violent meant. Like MEANT. Like they meant to do something. So that's why I got all confused. So I assume it means violent means. Yeah. Yeah, it's bothersome. I don't know. Let's go with ends justify the means. That's a soft take. That's a cold take. What sport or game do you want to see live? Combat sports are kind of fun to watch. I'd actually like to see Alana McLaughlin fight somebody live. Oh, I would also like to see not combat sports, but it's like combat sports adjacent wrestling. I want to see Commander Stephanie Sterling versus Kid Bandit. That's an actual fight that's going to happen, and I want to see it. What have you regretted recently? No new regrets, just old regrets over surgeries at 14. If you joined a band, who would you be? I don't know. I would definitely prefer to be the vocalist, but like I've got backgrounds in drumming, so yay. Love the Commander? Goddamn yeah! They're so great. I love the Jimquisition videos. I love them. Right? Do you want to achieve a lot in life? I don't know. I just kind of like being able to have my commentary and channel and stuff. Be able to put that out there. It'd be cool if I didn't have to, you know, work construction during the week. That's kind of bullshit. Things that are important to you on a first date. Asking if there's a second date. Because if you put that off, you might not actually get that answer and be stuck on the hook for a while. Fun fact, I've been in my relationship for 9 years next weekend. And I asked her when the next time I would see her is on our first date. And then, well, here we are 9 years later. So take that one with a grain of salt. What song have you had in your head a bunch recently? Hey, Nessie. Crack the Sky by Requiem. Ah, that song is such a goddamn banger. I can't stop thinking about it. It's like what I always play when I turn on Spotify now. Maybe we make fan art of you, perhaps? I absolutely adore fan art. I got a special drive in my computer for every little bit that I've gotten so far. I should really turn that into like this starting soon for the stream or something. How old do you think you'll be when you get married? Hopefully dead. What age did you like best so far and why? Uh, I'm gonna be honest. So far, the 30s seem to be the better decade for me, given that there was a lot of repression in my early years, and I didn't even really come out to myself until my late 20s. So, actually being able to live as myself has been pretty poggers. Plus, being able to. You happen to have those full body, like full body references? Yeah, I got full body references available. What was I saying? Oh yeah, 30s are not that bad. Ultimate goal in life, um, to not have to retire at 65, so I can like enjoy life while I'm still living it and able to. Where to get the best burger? Oh my god, I loved my tweet response to this because like I made it long enough that it was describing a place. It was describing a chain, honestly. My preferred burger is A&W. I do prefer what's it? A Canadian favorite known as White Spot. Most y'all don't have that. But those are pretty good burgers. You're not really going to see them anywhere outside of Canada, I don't think. How is everything? I am getting better from strep throat. Yeah, you guys have White Castle. I don't think I've tried that, honestly. I've seen Harold and Kumar. Does that count? I think it counts. We're going to count it. Where to get the best pizza? A&W is amazing. If you can try it, you should. Where to get the best pizza? My mom makes the best pizza, hands down, no cap. What do you think about gold diggers? Be upfront, I don't give a shit. Like, seriously. If you're upfront about your intentions, why should I care? New York pizza is overrated, to be honest. Isn't that like the flat, disgustingly non-stiff pizza? It's like objectively bad. I need a fluffy pizza with lots of sauce and topping. I'm not even Italian. I just have, taste buds. Do, do, do. You're from there, so you're aware you're being blasphemous. Oh, extra thick crust, always, always. Have you ever seen something nasty and what was it? Don't look at tubgirl.com. That is pretty nasty. I'm warning you. But, like, you're all adults. I fucking hope you're all adults, anyways. You hate licorice? No, I actually like licorice. You prefer custard or cream on a dessert? Oh, God, I love that cream. Also, gotta see, yeah, don't look that one up. There's a lot of bad shit on the internet. Do you think people should be canceled over the debate of pineapple on pizza? Yes. Cancel the people that don't like pineapple on pizza. You can get away with it if you're allergic, but if you're actively going against people that like pineapple on pizza, you can go cancel yourselves. There, that's TOS friendly, right? Are you wait, Goddessy served as the inspiration for a Nokia phone? That's hilarious and disgusting. ATM, what makes you happy? No, I prefer just the without the mouth part. That's what makes me more happy. Mommy, sorry, mommy, sorry, mommy, sorry. It's like they don't read that mistress is in the title. I also know they don't check the bio, so. Please step on me, 20 bucks and I'll make Steppies art. What do you think makes a person beautiful? Courage. See my earlier answer. Steppies. What's the last thing you think of before dozing off? Usually lewd stuff. Apparently the designs were rejected so much that he made Odyssey design that miraculously got approved. That's disgusting and amazing. That's dismazing. Your opinion on sweatpants. They are comfy, but not always the most aesthetically pleasing. If you could choose between curing cancer or solving world hunger, which would you choose? I'd solve world hunger. That's the one that would actually be more readily solvable. When was the last time you were upset with yourself? Like, like all the time. Y'all don't know me, that's pretty clear. How big is your D? 7. What cup size are you? Sadly A still. Cream pie or bukkake? Cream pie feels better, bukkake looks better. Is it weird to like Queen in 2023? I still got them on my playlist. Do you think garlic bread is required as a side dish for pizza? Required? No, but it makes it a million times better. What did you just do? Suggest having garlic bread with pasta. How do you feel about the statement women only pay attention to looks? That it's about as accurate as men only pay attention to looks. You like anchovies on pizza? Each their own. Not my thing. I just don't like fish. What's really going on between you and this one person? I don't know. They're probably mad that I had sex with their mother. Was there a stressful task you had to do recently? Yeah, I had sex with that one person's mother. Is there someone you want with you right now, and who? I hard to pinpoint specific people. Like I got people around me that I do like, but I'm also recovering from strep throat, so I don't really want to add them immediately to it. If I didn't have to worry about that, I've definitely got some friends that I'd like to see. I miss hanging out with my friends. It's been a while. Which eye color is the most attractive? Yours. What makes you so beautiful? Confidence. Who do you prefer to call rather than text? Draconis. Oh, Panfried, I didn't know you were watching. Ghost. Gotta call the Ghostbusters. I actually like to chat with Draconis. He's a good guy to talk with. Opinion on smoked meats. I like them, they're tasty. You take care, Nessie. Thanks for popping in. What are you not in the mood for right now? My fucking hand tracking, apparently. Do you prefer riding a bike with a helmet or without? I mean, it's more comfortable without, but I'd rather not have my head cracked open. You know how it is. Safety first. Should finances be divided up when married? If yes, why? Well, I'm gonna say no because, like, Why would you tie your lives together if you're not going to go all the way, I guess? I don't know. Marriage is cringe. What do you think of breaking up over text? I think it's the coward's way out. Only less cowardly way, or only more cowardly way to do it is to have somebody else do it for you. What sport is hot when boys play it? All of them. What's something sexy you do? I make lewd art sometimes. It's been a while. I really should focus on it more. Where do you post it? Oh, I used to post it on Twitter. I have been posting it to Rule 34. A shared account for joint expenses is a good idea while still retaining your own private accounts for personal use. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Have at least some kind of shared account, I guess. There's something that you would show somebody you're crushing on. I would show them my Gunpla. If they're not interested in that, they're not interested in me, as far as I'm concerned. Or my Warhammer. Bitches love my Warhammer. Do you care about how many people a person you like dated before you and why? No, I don't give a shit because I'm not the jealous type. Something childish, but you still like it. Uh, um, Gundam model creation, I guess. People see it as childish, but like, it's got a lot of details you gotta worry about. Don't be mean. What's your opinion on driving fast? I want to get there alive, not get there now. Which piercings would you never get and why? I'm not having any sharp things near my genitals. I'm not into that. Advice for someone who is sad. Honestly, you can't really give advice for that. You kind of gotta live your feelings, experience your emotions, let them out, and then try to move on. Or when you're sad, you can just stop being sad and be awesome instead. Quote Barney Stinson. Any tips for online games to play together with friends? Uno. That's a good one for friends, right? Says Uno with friends. For real though, like Castle Crashers, that Ninja Turtles beat 'em up. Anything but Uno. Come on, I'm funny. What challenging thing are you working through these days? Capitalism. Did you know it takes roughly 3 weeks for a can of Pepsi to melt a coin? Wait, a glass of Pepsi melts a coin in roughly 3 weeks. I guess depending on the metallic composition, it could be sooner or longer. But I guess that makes sense given that Pepsi is pretty acidic. You a person who resent things? Why? No, I don't really. I mean, we all resent things in some ways, but typically I don't go around my life thinking about all the stuff I resent. What's your opinion on expensive cars? Literally don't care about them. If people want to buy them because they have the means, okay, I really don't care that much. How do you feel about jewelry and what do you like to wear? I don't care that much about jewelry, to be honest. I got a belly button ring on my VTuber, but I actually don't have any piercings or Oh, I do have some rings. I've got the entire Green Lantern emotional spectrum of rings, all 10 of them. And I also have a thing of finger armor. That's like a long thingy. I got a selfie out there out somewhere with it. I don't feel like digging it up right this second. But yeah, I don't typically wear jewelry. What do you think right now about your family? I like my parents. I like my younger brother. My older brother, we could be closer. When was the last time you spoke with a stranger? A few weeks ago, actually. That was kind of weird. He just started talking at me, and that just kind of reciprocated because he was an elderly dude that looked like he needed a friend. And, yeah, it didn't go very nice places. What was the last compliment you got? Um, that's a good question. Why are you single? You're cute. What song reminds you of a beautiful moment? Um, let me look at my playlist or my playlist. One playlist that I listen to. Ah, beautiful moment, beautiful moment. God, it's honestly hard for me to tie specific moments to entire songs. Yeah, I don't know. Um, Bucket Nightmare by Avenged Sevenfold. Because when I would play Rock Band with all my friends, that would be the song that we would always end the set list with. Like, whenever we were done playing, we'd do one last song, and it was Nightmare by Avenged Sevenfold. What do you always take with you, no matter what? Weed, usually. Yeah, I used to play Rock Band. I actually still have it. Though, like, I had considered doing like a Rock Band stream on Twitch, but I hate Twitch. So it might just be a Discord stream in the future. But I do still have my copy of Rock Band 3 installed to my Xbox 360, which I still have. And I have a capture card that would let me play it on stream. So, like, that might be in the future. I just gotta stop being lazy and actually set it up again. Where was I? What if my heart wants one person but my head wants someone else? How do I decide? Masturbate and then think about it. Who are you? The person everybody's asking questions about. Or asking questions to. Which app do you think is unnecessary? Honestly, at this point, Twitter. Lipstick or no lipstick? I prefer lipstick. I like to see how close to the root they get. What have you been excited about recently? Oh my god, Final Fantasy XIV. I'm going to be getting back into that pretty soon. Aside from that, Diablo 4, I've been playing a fuckload of that. Tips on dealing with never having a relationship but wanting one. Don't put it too high on a pedestal. Try to find local events that you, excuse me, take personal interest in. Go to them and socialize with people. Keep doing that. You will eventually meet people that become friends, and those friends can also develop into relationships. It's not something that you can just force to happen. It's really, you got to put effort into it. What's something you can't wrap your brain around? The amount of people that ask me, an aromantic person, questions and advice for romantic, like pursuing romantic relationships. Like, why? Why? I mean, I get it. I've been in a really long relationship, but are my insights really that good regarding that? You excited for Mario vs. Sonic movie crossover that's coming soon? It's not actually coming soon. That was kind of a hoax, but I would watch that if it happened. Is there one thing you could not live without? Weed. Do you think you're a good texter? I'm pretty mid. You ever kiss someone and regretted it after? Why? Not immediately after. I don't really kiss randomly. What's cool about city living? The amount of people you're able to socialize with greatly increases compared to smaller towns. What are you wearing today? Um, let's go with nothing. That's pretty hot, right? Yeah, nothing. Flirting in person or via texting? Oh, in person. 100%. Being able to watch their reactions is so good. A little exhibitionist? Yeah, you really don't know me, do you, Shala? That's one of my top three. Do you get along with boys or girls more, and why? Uh, I honestly get along with everybody pretty equally across the board. Doesn't really make a difference to me. Which advice can you give when friends are always jealous of you? Make better friends. They shouldn't be jealous of you. Because, they should be an adult and be happy for your success rather than wishing for it for themselves. Kind of pretty childish of them. Last time you laughed, who made you and why? Oh my god, it's a tough one. I'm gonna put my cat on the mic when my friend showed me that one because like it's been a while since somebody has specifically made me laugh with something, especially IRL, and that was really fucking funny to laugh with all my friends about. Any way to heal an unfulfilling relationship? Try talking with the person. Have you considered that? Being open about excuse me, about what's bothering you, where they're feeling what's it if they're feeling it's unfulfilling as well. It's a two-way street and you fix it with communication. Is it wrong that you like both? Is it wrong that I like both genders? I'm bisexual. You're asking a bisexual if being a bisexual is wrong. No, it's not wrong. It's who we are. Is there something you would like to have but don't get? More money. What do you think when people always arrive too early? You're either early or late, so I'm mad about it? Do you like art? Yeah, I actually like art. How do I know if I'm being taken advantage of? Ooh, that's a tough one, honestly. That one, wow, yeah. Chat, you got any recommendations for that one? If the relationship feels completely one-sided, like you're not getting a word in, you're not being able to get like anything done, I guess. That's kind of it. I don't know. I think I need more weed to properly address this. Have you ever fallen from your circle of friends? Um, no, not really. I've never been outright ostracized by the circle of friends I've developed because like we were all kind of outcasts in school. subjective and situational, so no. Yeah, I mean, there are so many different ways of being taken advantage of. It's so hard to give an exact answer. Last time I went shopping, what'd you buy? Groceries, like I usually buy. Do Was there one school year you liked the most, and why? College was pretty poggers, except expensive. That was a pretty cool almost year of my life. When is constant messaging considered cheating? This was asked by a super jealous person, I can tell that. When it bridges the gap between what you've already established as boundaries in your relationship and territory that is beyond the boundaries of the relationship. That's when it becomes cheating. Is somebody just messaging, hi, how are you doing? That kind of stuff regularly. Is that cheating? No. Is it cheating to ERP through texts? It can be. It depends on the relationship and the boundaries set. Someone wants to be friends with you. What should they know about you? That I am horrible at DMing people. Caramel or fudge? I prefer caramel. Are you one of those who like math? Yes or no, and why? I mean, I have to use math for my work, but I don't really like it. Fractions suck. I think they meant shopping for things I like. Yeah, I don't do that either. And an XLR cable. I don't even think my microphone could support that. Yeah, last I checked, it didn't have the extension for that. It's just the USB microphone. Giving gifts something you like to do? I do like to, but I often am lacking of time to make gifts or funds to buy gifts. Do you like roller coasters? Fuck no. Favorite color? Green. Current mood? Streaming. How much would it cost you to change the name of I Spy with My Little Eye with something cooler like Target Acquired or Virtual Spotlight? Ooh, that one hurt. I know it's not the best name, but it's original. For real though, I don't think it could hurt too much to have a updated name for the podcast. Part of me does want to kind of rebrand. I'm not sure to what though. How can you ask someone a second time to go on a date when the first answer was no? I would recommend not asking again. Because, like, if they rejected you, move on with your life. There's 8 billion people out in the world. No such thing as soulmates. They're not made, or, yeah, soulmates are not made, they're found. Or, no, they're not found, they're made. Like, you don't become soulmates with somebody, or you don't have people that already exist as your soulmate. You develop a relationship with them, you strengthen your bond together, you both change in ways that are influenced by the other, that improve both your lives, and over time you become soulmates. You ever acted like you were sick? In school a lot, but when there's money on the line, I don't really fake it because, my bills don't care if I'm sick. Ever had a hangover? Not from alcohol, but from weed, yes. Who's your craziest friend? Honestly, I don't know. I don't really scale people on a rank of crazy. Do you have a nickname? Uh, Bry, I guess. Some people call me Mistress, but that's really more of a litmus test of who's a horn dog and who's actually trying to talk to me. The only person I've been called Mistress by that I haven't felt like is a horn dog is fucking Vivi Chan. Just like her gremlin energy completely negates the context of the of the nickname, so it's like really funny to me. But I mean, hey, that's how it goes. Would you prefer to be very intelligent or super creative, and why? I'd rather be creative. Intelligence is overrated. Ignorance is bliss, and that's why I'm depressed. What's the best trip you ever took? Ooh, I went to a dinosaur museum once. That was pretty poggers. There's someone you're interested in ATM. Again, I don't really like ass to mouth. But there's a lot of people I'm interested in ass. Dinosaurs, pterosaurs, pterodons, mesosaurs, or plesiosaurs. I prefer dinosaurs. You have issues shaving your legs. Not really, it's like shaving the rest of my body. What happened unexpectedly? I'm pretty close to surpassing my YouTube to surpass my Twitch. That's pretty poggers. Advice on what to do when the person you like pulls away. Give them space. Oh god, I still got a ton of phlegm. Yeah, when you like a person and then they start pulling away, you should give them space rather than appear like overly clingy. What should a man never wear on a date? Uh, Axe body spray. Nobody likes being reminded of high school. How do you deal with someone confessing their feelings for you, but you have none? Oh, okay, now this is a question that actually is pointed towards me. In regards to relationships. Like so many people. I've had a handful of people confess feelings to me, but like I can't reciprocate. I'm Arrow. But I mean that's my excuse. I can't reciprocate those feelings. I'm Arrow. And if somebody confesses feelings to you, but you're not Arrow, you kind of just tell them that you don't feel that way about them, I guess. Uh, Rude things someone has said to you lately. Um, I'm sure there have been things. I don't remember. It's like I really don't pay much mind to it. You're the type of person that overthinks a ton on weird things. Birthday suit is pretty horrible to show up in if you're not a nudist dating another nudist. Yeah, that's true. Don't really want to show up to the first date wearing bathing or a birthday suit. How much money to send dick pic live on Twitter? I don't know. I originally tweeted $50, but I'm also willing to take 20. Of course, my that picture's also floating around my Discord if you know where to look. Opinions on girls with lip filler. I really couldn't care less. Whatever makes them more comfortable in their body, cool with me. I really don't care. Did Corona bring people together or push them apart? Did a bit of both. Is that an old link? I forget. I mean, with the social bonds that were already established, those did kind of strengthen, but I think it overall it divided people way more than it brought them together. There's something you really wish for right now? I wish I didn't have to go back to work on Monday. 6 a.m. start. Yay! Would you say there's something you do but instantly regret on a regular consistent basis? No, not really. Your opinion on jealousy in a friendship? Jealousy doesn't have a place in a friendship. You actually care about your friends. 6 a.m. sounds terrible. Yeah, fab shop, so I'm gonna be doing. God, I get up at 4 a.m. It's a long commute, and it's going to be fabricating stuff in a shop, so that's going to be extra fun. That's why I want to be a YouTuber already. But we do what we gotta do. Oh, then I gotta update that. What can I do if someone asked for my number but never got in touch? Ah, that sucks. I would bet that it's cold feet from them. Oh my god, there's still so many more questions to go through. Ah, not terribly long. We've only been at it for an hour of anonymous questions. Totally not going to bomb the video. You ever put your keys somewhere then forgot where you put them there? Or then forget that you put them there? Yeah. Whenever I put them in like a different pocket, that really fucks me up because I forget that I put them in that pocket. I'm always used to having like my phone in its own pocket, my wallet, my keys, my lighters, and if they're not in there, I have a mini heart attack and then pat around to try and find them. When dating someone, does height matter to you? No, not really, but I do prefer to be the taller one. Would you want to have a lot of kids? One would be a lot of kids for me. How did you become the way you are? A lifetime. I don't know, my parents did their best to raise me, and I turned out the way I wanted in the end. There's someone you've been thinking about lately? In particular, not really. Just recovering from strep throat. Which movies make you laugh even if you watch it alone? Huh, I don't really watch a whole lot of movies. I'm gonna be real. So let's go through my actual list of stuff I like. What actually? Oh, Kung Fu Panda is pretty good. Honestly, I haven't. I don't think I've seen the third one yet, but the first two I really liked. Um, in terms of funny, yeah, I'm gonna go with Kung Fu Panda. Boondock Saints had some pretty good jokes in there, but they weren't really comedies. Do you play Call of Duty? No, I have sex with people. Why do you answer so little? Because I'm forgetful. In your opinion, which app is annoying? X. God, fucking Elon turns everything into his ex, doesn't he? Are you into painting and drawing? I used to be, but not as much. I need to find a my proper stylus or order a new one and I can get back into it. Because as it turns out, I have a tablet that I could use. Have you ever broken any part of your body? No, just my brain from drugs. You like Pokemon? Pokemon's pretty cool. I don't have a Switch, so I can't play the latest ones, but I might play Pokemon Infinite Fusion. How are you feeling right now? Pretty good, pretty good. Recovering from that strep throat. Would you say you're a shy person? Nah. Not terribly. It really depends on the situation I'm in. Like, if I've got common ground to talk with people, I'll usually talk with them. But, like, a lot of the time, if I get a read on a person, I don't really like them, I'm not going to be engaging too much in conversation with them, and that can come across as shy when really I just don't want to talk with them. What can you do if you're pregnant in a bad relationship? Well, I'm going to be real. You got a couple options. You can either go the path of abortion, which is 100%. You've got to come up with that decision yourself. You can't be pushed into that. Technically. Or you could break up with them. Honestly, if it's a bad relationship, I'd break up with them, whether or not you want to keep the baby. Your opinion on dating a best friend's sibling? It really shouldn't bother people as long as you're not taking advantage of their sibling. Like, people get overly defensive. It's weird. Do you have a crush on somebody? No, I'm aromantic. What's worse, the extreme right or the extreme left? It's the extreme right. They're the ones that actually do all this stochastic terrorism. Oh my god. Do people really not know that? Is there an embarrassing story from your childhood that still follows you around? What is it? Fine, I'll actually say the that person that was like I was set to do a performance for a project for music class, and when I had gone up to sing, or when we were setting up on the quote unquote stage, I was setting the microphone up, and one person in the front row was like, "Oh, you're going to sing again?" And then that kind of stuck with me for many, many years. I did sing that day. I did do that for that performance, but that was kind of like the last time I did publicly for quite a few years. It wasn't until what's it? I want to say early to mid 20s. My older brother took me to a karaoke bar, and I ended up singing Kryptonite by Three Doors Down in a room full of drunk people, and that actually really helped. I've also got a video out more recently that's a lullaby my dad used to sing. So I mean, my recording's not that great of it, but still, I'm slowly getting over that. Who is your closest relative? Honestly, that would have to be my parents. I used to be a lot closer with my younger brother, but we kind of drifted apart. I keep in contact with my parents most out of all of my family. What did you do last weekend? Oh, I was dying. I don't know if you heard. How do you start a convo with someone you're into via app? Say more than just "Hey, how you doing?" That kind of shit. because that's like what we always goddamn get. Ask a question about the bio, ask something about the person rather than just how you doing, how's the day, that kind of thing. You don't ask that to start a conversation. It just bothers people. What's your zodiac sign? Taurus, but I don't believe in zodiacs. Never respond to DMs, just say hi. I know, right? Like, why even bother just saying hi? It's weird. Hey, Becca, how you doing? In your opinion, should weed be legal? Yeah, 100% legalize it. It's no worse for you than alcohol. It is a lot better for you than nicotine. So, yeah, legalize it. Glad you're doing good. Yeah, weed is legal where we are. Lucky us. Do you have a fake account on Instagram and why? A fake account? No, I have an old account that I don't use anymore. I used to post on it, but I just don't anymore. I don't care. Do you think people should be afraid to show their scars on their body? No, I don't think they should be afraid to. There's just a lot of stigma around it that people are pissy because they got uncomfortable about it. But I mean, scars are character. They show you've been through shit. The state legalized it, but my complex hasn't because it's not legalized federally. That is so weird. If you could travel to your future or past, which would you choose and why? Oh, I would 100% go to my past. My life would be so much better if I just knew, hey, don't get that surgery. How do you feel about all the people converting to vans to travel? Would you want that? I would prefer fuel efficient vans to standard cars for sure. But I think people should move to like buses and trains for transportation. Reasons you get bored in a relationship after a while. You got into a relationship for the wrong reasons. What do you think of fast food? Is tasty. I actually wish I had some right now, but I'm not gonna. Have you ever woken up and felt like your room didn't feel like your room? No, I can't say that I have, except for moving into a new place. Do you think vegans should be called out when they send death threats to people who eat meat? I mean, yeah, but how often does that honestly happen anymore these days? I thought they largely shut the fuck up, but it could just be me ignoring them. What was the last thing you watched on television? That would actually be The Iron Giant. It has been that long since I've watched anything. Well, to be fair, it was a rerun that was on like a couple weeks ago. But, like, I never watch TV. It's always streaming services. How would you like to live in an apartment with your best friends? I've had that before. I've never actually lived on my own. Whew, gassy, what the fuck? What are the three most important things to you right now and why? Weed, cannabis, weed, Your Honor. I don't know, for real though, shelter, food, money, just to live life in this goddamn society. What do you think about the idea that men are taken more seriously than women? I mean, it kind of happens. It's not really an idea. It's more of how the systems we live in work. At what point do you think a protest goes too far? Yeah, that's super goddamn vague. I mean, I would be a lot more willing to, or I'd be a lot. I'm I'm more okay with more drastic measures for like the climate crisis than I am just about people eating meat and like the problem of the meat industry. There are definitely arguments to be made for both sides of them, but like one of them is a lot more pressing than the ethics of eating meat. Ever forget something on public transportation? Oh yeah, one time I forgot my bus pass on the bus. That kind of sucked. That was the day I was going to work. Whew, that was fun getting home and then replacing that. Do you like blue or green eyes better? I kind of like green eyes better. They stand out a bit more. You'll delete chat history after not having contact for a while. Nope. I think I've deleted a couple bots that tried to commission me on Discord, but like typically I've got conversations all the way back to like 2016 in my DMs. So at least I think 2016, 2018 maybe, 2017. I don't know. I've got DMs from people that I haven't spoken to in years, but they're just sitting there. Uh, how good are you at saving money? Not the greatest. I live paycheck to paycheck. How tall are you? 6'1". If you had to decide, would you be taller or shorter? I do like being taller. What animal have you seen outdoors that you thought was the coolest? Elk are pretty cool. I've seen those pretty close. I've seen bears fairly close. Has a friend ever said something that hurt you even though it wasn't meant that way? What was it about? Oh, that most definitely has happened. I just honestly can't remember off the top of my head any instances because I don't hold grudges. I don't think about the times when, oh, my friends hurt me. When friends have, I just kind of move on with my life. What do you do on hot days? I usually sweat. What do you want to practice? I don't know. I gotta practice. Um, hmm, editing, I guess. If I could, if I could find that stylus, I'd practice drawing. Get into that maybe. As a woman, what's the best way to ask someone out on a date? Um, ask them somewhere semi-public that you have. If you're an introvert, especially if you're an introvert, I would recommend like a movie or something so that you have something to talk about without having to try and force up conversation. I know a lot of introverts can't really do that. Ever think you'd give yourself a haircut? It's usually how I trim, or it's usually when I get trims. It's doing it myself because like I don't go get it done, unfortunately. Barbie or Oppenheimer, which would you watch? I honestly, I kind of want to see both, but if I had to pick one, I don't know. Barbie, because it would piss off the conservatives more. You a summer or winter person? Definitely winter. I hate the summer so much. Have you ever cried out of love? No. I'm a romantic. That's kind of odd. When can't you be your true self? Mostly at work. And that's mostly just because it gets super confusing and I work with a lot of old people, old conservative construction workers. So like that that can is going to be open sooner or later. It's just easier to not give a shit right now. Do you ever put scrambled eggs into chicken curry? I cannot say that I have. That actually sounds pretty disgusting. What have you seen that was disturbing? Somebody just asked me if I put scrambled eggs into chicken curry. That's pretty up there. Sprite or Pepsi? Which would you erase from history and which would you keep? I would keep Pepsi because that's the one I actually drink. And then my spouse goes and says fucking Sprite. They would keep Sprite even though we both are the ones that drink Pepsi, and she makes me mad sometimes. Have you ever listened to your gut and been right? Yeah, like when I'm sick and my gut's like, hey, you shouldn't be doing this shit right now. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna listen to you. And then I rested and it felt better. That works, right? I think that's an answer. What led you really letting go the last time? Gotta love these vague questions. Um, okay, so my throat really, 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 really hurt from strep throat. So I ate a lot of ice cream and eventually was like, okay, no more bowls. I'm taking the entire bucket. I'm finishing that. So there. Anything you really missing right now? I really miss that ice cream. That was tasty. What band did you see live last, and how was it? Oh, that was Rammstein back in 2012. Oh my god, that was so long ago. That show was so fucking good, though. I was up in the nosebleed section, but I could still feel the flames from the stage. It was, that was a hell of a show. Advice on what to do if your crush doesn't like you back. Find a new crush, because, like, seriously, there are so many people out there. Don't get fixated on one person that doesn't really reciprocate. Name three animals you fear the most and three you love the most. Fear, I will say moose, sharks, and humans. Love, I would say bears, sharks, and cats. I can fear and love sharks. Do you swim? No, not since I transitioned. Sharks are just ocean puppies? Yeah, they just want to give you a little kiss. Don't worry about it. I used to swim a lot, and then I transitioned, and then people started seeing me badly. Yeah, the stairs really don't help, so I don't go swimming anymore. When someone says women are sensitive, what do you think? That it was said by an overly sensitive man. Hey, Kono. Their question is literally just hey. Hey, hey. Literally going from my DMs to my Telenym, just trying to pick me up. Hilarious. How can I get a GFBF? Oh my god. Find social events that you like, that or social events that interest you. Go to them, meet people, and establish connections with people, establish relationships. They might not all lead to romantic relationships, but you build these skills that develop the way to get there. God damn it. Today was pretty eventful. Yeah, kinda. Don't suck at dating. That's how you get a partner. Just get good. Yeah, that'll fix it. What's the best way to get to know you? Watch every single one of my videos, like them all, and every time you see a stream come up, make sure you like that stream as well. That's how you get to know me the best. What was the last thing you fought about with someone? That would be the climate crisis. We got into a spat. How old are you? Again, 12,032. Pulling into McDonald's. What do you order? It's either a quarter pounder meal or a Big Mac meal, depending on how greasy I want my food. What's the best part of friendship? The morning after sex. Meese are terrifying. Oh my god, don't even get me started on Meese. Be honest, what's your opinion of yourself? Pretty mid commentator. Are surprises your thing? Why or why not? In what regard? Like surprising other people or getting surprised? Because like I'd rather not have deal with them, but like I can't really stop them, I guess. Is it easy to forget people fast? I don't forget people very fast. I do forget conversations pretty fast because I get distracted and there's a lot that gets thrown my way. Your last dream? Honestly, I don't even remember. I think it was something about someone had a Discord server that had a channel about me in it. And then I woke up and stopped giving a shit. Any idea why some people are so perfect? That's because you haven't seen their flaws yet and you've built up this image of them in your head. What to do if someone is too shy to talk to you? You still reach out to them, be friendly, but don't be like pushy about getting them to respond. Be cool, I guess. They'll open up sooner or later if you really want them to. You like cats or dogs? I prefer cats. How's your love life going? It is going. What should I do if my girlfriend still has pictures of her ex on her phone? Grow the fuck up. Not every relationship is, not every ex relationship is toxic or is desperately being held on to by the other person. Like, there's a lot of people that still talk with their exes. It really doesn't make that big of an issue unless you're the jealous type. Honestly, if you are the jealous type, really look at that yourself. Really ask yourself, do you trust your partner? Do your dreams stay fresh in your mind when you get up? No, not really. They tend to fade pretty quick. thoughts on people who read a lot. They know more words than I do. I don't know. They probably spend their time in better ways than I do, flexing their brains. I just watch YouTube videos. What age, or what's the age most people think you are? I honestly don't know. I assume, like, people think I'm late 20s, early 30s, but, like, that's up to them. That's usually what people think. Oh my god, this has been going on for an hour and a half. I wasn't actually sure if I was going to go through, like, every bit of question, or every question, but, I went through most of them. Edit that message to be end of video. Yay! Now that one's done. I've just been answering questions from my telonym. If you don't know it, it's just a place to ask anonymous questions to people. I've got one out there. I turn it into segments occasionally. I don't do it as often as I should. Maybe I should do a little more. We'll see. We shall see. Let's move on to something else. It's like that marshmallow site? Yeah, I think so. It's like asking, or a place for people to ask for advice from people they like, or ask anonymous questions, that kind of thing. You know, I'm really having a tough time trying to segue into this next segment, but let's talk about femboys and traps in anime, because that's adjacent to VTuber culture. And, well, frankly, the term trap is seen as not the greatest among the trans community. Let's see what this video has to say. This is uploaded a year ago by Gunnars. I haven't seen it before. Haven't seen any of their content before. Trap implies that the person is being dishonest. Yeah, and here's the thing. There's a fair amount of VTubers that have been, like, upfront about being a guy using a female avatar, because, like, they like looking at pretty women, and I can't really fault them for that. They've been given a lot of shit for, like, just doing that. I know at least one person specifically that has stopped VTubing because of that kind of harassment that they receive. They've gone on to become, well, a flesh tuber. Anyways, let's talk about traps and femboys in anime.
Traps. Femboys. I believe you have heard of them. They are literally trap cards for us weeps. They are designed to make you feel different about your boys. And they're so terrifying that when you look at them, you instantly become sus. Their existence alone causes unbalance to the universe. One mistake and you will become so attracted to them that you actually start questioning about yourself. And take it from me, I've been watching anime for 12 years now, and you would think that I would know if I see a trap, right? Well, you'll be completely wrong, because you don't even know how many times I question my existence because I've fallen for these so-called traps and start.
Is dude coming out right now? It's like, yo, we like who you like, bro. It doesn't matter.
Doubting my taste, doubting my waifus, and it just fall down this deep hole of questioning my own existence. They are so terrifying that I genuinely think they should be in a horror game. So, today we're gonna talk about them. Now, obviously, as one of the many guys
but there may be a
called
Yeah, we're going to hear it a lot.
I can tell you that it's almost impossible to not fall for them. Like, how the f am I supposed to know that this is a trap? Like, what is this?
A person that likes to be perceived as feminine. What's the big problem?
This is just unfair. The feminism, the clothing, everything. Like, how are you supposed to know that they're a trap? What am I supposed to do? Lift up their skirt to see their Excalibur or something?
Why does it matter? Unless it's about the sexual side of things immediately from the get-go, why does it honestly matter?
Well, in most anime.
Oh, cool! They're highlighting sexual assault.
Figure out, and I probably would have the same reaction.
This is definitely a video.
To them of this. Now, for anyone that is not familiar with these so-called traps, they actually come in many forms. So today I'm gonna educate you about all of them. First, we have the true traps.
Please, no!
These guys are terrifying. They are basically guys who are so good at being girls that they attract guys like flies. These characters are actually very common in a lot of animes. For example, Hidari from Blend S, Gasper from High School DxD, and the most notorious of them all, Nagisa from Assassination Classroom. They actually have acquired this.
I think the reason it matters so much to these people is because they can't disassociate sex and gender. Like, you could be attracted to femboys as a straight guy and still be straight. Yeah, like, they think that it's like biological essentialism, isn't it? They're assuming that they're... Ah, fuck. How's that phrase? God, ContraPoints explained it really well in her video about traps. Like, you're not being attracted to the whatever masculine parts of the trap itself. You're being attracted to the feminine side of things. And it's usually no problem until people find out it's a trap.
Skill to attract guys. Like, you think the girls in real life can attract guys? These guys are on a whole new level. They have acquired the skill inside of their arsenal to become gods of attracting guys. Oh, I almost forgot about him too, but Mr. Kirito himself is also a trap. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. The Black Swordsman himself, the mascot of harem anime, is a trap. Now, obviously, therefore, anyone that has watched SAO, you would...
What? Okay, so I am quite confused. Like, it's explicitly about getting people to believe they're... So what does this honestly matter? I have no idea about Himigoto, honestly.
Clearly know that in Season 2, he became a trap. Because for some reason, the game developers decide, hey Kirito, you know what? In second season, we're gonna have you clickbait guys. What? These true trap are genuinely some of the guys that you should be terrified of. Because once you get sucked into them, you can't escape. That's how terrifying they are. Next up, we have the homeboys, or basically homie fanboys. Now these are actually really great guys. They basically are your homies. They always got your back. They talk whenever you're down in the ditch
They suck your dick when you're feeling down. Yeah, I like my homeboys.
by yourself, and they give you emotional support. You know, your best friend Felix from ReZero, and the cover art for Traps, Mr. Astaful from Fate.
Wait, wait. They put they put the agender fucking what was their name? Ed? That's a trap? Bro, nothing about their character was sexual in the slightest. Wait, she's considered a trap too? This is so broad.
The cover art for Traps, Mr. Astaful from Fate. For any non-Fate fans, Mr. Astaful over here is considered the top waifu of Fate. Yeah, he's that high.
Yeah,
He's
he is
basically
that
your
hot.
Speedwagon to your JoJo, but he doesn't go full narrative mode like Speedwagon, just like that. I genuinely like these
what?
guys.
What about Ario Speedwagon or whatever his name is? Oh,
Just like
unrelated.
that. I genuinely like these guys because they really like support you mentally. Obviously, not physically.
Why not?
Because they support you throughout the whole anime. For
Hey, friends suck friends' dicks. Just saying.
example, Felix in ReZero, you don't see him like have any intention of clickbaiting Mr. Subaru over here. He just supports Subaru because he genuinely cares about him. And these are what you call homeboys. They genuinely care about you and want to help you. That's why I really like these guys, and I really have no intention of banging them whatsoever. And for me,
But true traps do have that intention? And didn't you put Kirito as one of those true traps? I mean, what?
when I was watching the anime, I wasn't attracted to them at all. No, not even close. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I wasn't even attracted. Alright, moving on. And the third category, we
Yeah, his search history is probably the same as mine. Full of Felix and Astolfo.
have the feminine boys. They're basically femboys. I'm not even kidding. It's in the name. Feminine boys. They are legit just girls instead of boy form. Because the author decided to make them boys. Even though they are legit girls. And these are the guys
What?
that you would actually waifu. These guys are genuinely waifu material. They're designed to be waifu. Your 02, Asuna, they're in there. Now, for any of you guys that don't know who feminine boys are, I can name out some of them. Ruka from Steingate, Chihiro from Danganronpa, and the most important of them all, Saika from Origairu. I'm not even kidding, he's up there with my tier list for waifus. I believe he's like at least top 20. That's how effective these femboys are. And and some people might say, but
Ed from, Hero, if you're referring to Ed from Cowboy Bebop, Ed didn't dress, that was not Ed at all. I believe Ed was actually AFAB and actually dressed androgynously. And most people just kind of made their assumptions in the show, and Ed just didn't care. They just lived their life.
but they're basically true traps. To that, I say no, because the true trap are guys who trying to clickbait other guys. These fanboys are just girls in guys' bodies. Similar to the homies, the reason why I love them so much is because they care about you, they support you in every element. Like, I'm not even kidding. Whenever I first watched Origairu,
So, true traps are trying to clickbait you with their presentation. But femboys and what?
Saika
Oh, take care, Praxis.
became my top waifu almost instantly. He genuinely loved him. Like, there's a reason why Mr. Hachiman likes him. I'm basically on Hachiman's side. If you're not attracted to Saika, you have something wrong. Like, the kawaiiness that oozes out from Saika is actually legal for guys. Like, in a show full of waifus, Saika is up there. That's how powerful these fanboys are.
Like, Saita doesn't even look that feminine, at least in my opinion, for like anime standards. He looks like a femboy at most. Like, I don't think of that androgynous as femboy when I hear the term femboy. I think closer to, well, Astolfo.
We have Ruka from Steins Gate. Like, even though the main protagonist of the show knows that Ruka is a guy, he is still attracted to him. I don't think I need to explain more of how effective Ruka is during the whole show. Genuinely, in my opinion, Ruka and Saika are the two mascots of waifu guys. And as much as I talk bad about these fanboys, I genuinely like them. Because at the end of the day, these guys are what represents anime. Like, people might meme the heck out of these fanboys, but at the end of the day, fanboys are one of the biggest parts about anime. You don't see a lot of fanboys in American TV show or any other shows. They are specifically anime. They help us stand out. And as much as they clickbait you, they're a part of anime. They're what other guys don't have. Only us weebs can talk about fanboys. If you talk about fanboys to any regular guys out there, they would clearly say, what's a fanboy? Some people might say that they are weird. Some people might say they're cool. But that's why they exist. These guys have a massive fan base. Like, whenever you bring up Trap, you clearly know they talk about anime. And these characters are amazing in the show. They sometimes are the stars of the show even. These traps have made a bond with anime. And you might hate them, you might love them, you might meme them, you might laugh at them, but you can't deny that they are confident because they fully embrace their feminism as guys. In today's time, you see a lot of that, but before that, everyone was always shy. But these guys in the anime don't hide them. They are confident. They do whatever they want to be happy. They don't get embarrassed whatsoever. They just do what they want. I actually wish I was one of them because when I was young, I was super shy. I never could express my feelings. I could never talk about anime because everyone thinks anime was weird back then. And genuinely, I was sad. I couldn't express how much I love about anime. And I was just stuck in a ball. So these traps actually was one of my inspiration of expressing myself because nowadays I can talk about anime as much as I want. I have so many friends that talks about anime with me, so don't.
Hey, bro. Maybe you might want to consider being a VTuber. It's kind of cool. You get to try out different ways of expression. There would be a fair bit, or there would be pushback of being a femboy, but you're going to get pushback for literally whatever you do.
Hate these traps because they're also guys just like us, and you gotta appreciate them because they're doing very effectively because we ourselves are attracted to them. So yeah, traps, I like you. I would bang you. Oh yeah, I almost forgot, there's also another mascot for these traps. Boku no P. Hello guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Honestly, when I was making this video, I genuinely thought I wasn't gonna talk that much about fanboys, but I wasn't kidding. They actually helped me during my time, so I like guys. Don't take that out of context. And yeah, before this,
Yeah, let's take that out of context. We all like guys here. Don't worry about it, bro. It's cool.
I was actually just gonna make a tier list out of them. But as I was writing the script for it, I came to realize these guys are more than just a meme. They're great. So that's why I wanted to talk about them with you guys and educate you with them. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave in the comments who's your favorite traps. I'm actually interested because I have my own one too. There he is. So yeah.
Unironically, though, Go back. Yeah. It. How does that really count as a trap? Like, he looks kind of like a feminine guy. Like, pretty androgynous, honestly. But good video, honestly. They had a bunch of types. There are three main types of traps in anime, and well, I mean, with their categories, it's just kind of odd to me because let's see. They had their true traps, which are just about the clickbait. They had their homeboys, which are supportive friends that just happen to like dressing up like chicks. And then they have femboys who just like to dress up like chicks. I'm a little confused. Honestly, I would love to just talk with this dude about, you know, how this actually correlates more to VTubers or, you know, pick his brain about other anime related stuff. I'm probably going to shoot him an email.
Welcome to the.
Thank you. We will see what comes of that. Interesting video. Interesting video. But as mentioned by Praxis, I want to say it seemed like there was a lot of not understanding the separation between sex and gender. Reach out? Yeah, I think I will. I think I will. Okay, I'm going to quickly run bio break. And then after this, or after that, we're going to be looking at a video about mistakes somebody's made as a VTuber. Wait, no. I'll just leave it on just chatting. Because I don't have an old video prepared for this little break. Haha, I am back. Oh, great, now that's all fucked up. Now it's not fucked up. Welcome in, Lord Peace. I can't say I recognize your username, to be honest. It's not always easy for people to admit their mistakes, but here's a VTuber known as Mari Yume, that put out a video about 7 mistakes that they made as a VTuber. So, are there mistakes that we can avoid ourselves? Are there mistakes that maybe apply to me? I hope not. Let's find out. I know I do commit VTuber mistakes. Also, there. Okay.
Ever wonder how you can be successful like your favorite VTuber?
Yeah.
My favorite VTuber is Nianners. I really like her content. In fact, I liked it so much that I thought copying her would make me a successful VTuber too.
You know what? Imitation is the most sincere form of flattery, so I thank you. Identity theft is not a joke, Jim.
Michael!
But as you can guess, it didn't help me grow. And when that didn't work, I tried copying from other popular VTubers instead. I literally did the exact same things they did, but I still wasn't growing. I just kept making so many mistakes, I almost gave up VTubing. I just thought it wasn't for me and I wasn't cut out for this, but thinking that was also a mistake. And that's why I decided to make this video. Hey Bobas, if you clicked on this video, chances are either my clickbaiting title or eye-catching thumbnail caught your attention. Good, now you're trapped here listening to me rant forever.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Just kidding.
I mean, that's how my videos work too. I put out the clickbaity that I can to get, you put out the thumbnails and titles to get the as many eyes as you can out there. Oh, you're totally fine. No need to fret over that. I appreciate all bits of interaction, but it's nowhere near required for my streams and stuff.
Just means I did a good job marketing this video to you. Making good content is finally paying off. But you know, I wasn't always good at being a content creator. I have made so many mistakes, and most of my content was literal dog poop. Yeah, that's right, poop. That smelly stuff that no one wants to pick up when you're walking your dog. You know you should pick it up because it would be bad if anyone caught you walking away. Well, when that happens, you're left with two choices.
Don't forget the red
Either
circles
pick
and
it up or
arrows,
leave it there.
yeah.
Well, being a VTuber has similar choices. You can either clean up your mistakes and start improving, or you can leave it there hoping no one will notice. In each situation, the choice is yours, but no matter what you choose, it's going to reflect on your growth as a content creator. Not the dog poop situation though, that just reflects on if you're a jerk or not. I want to be a good content creator, and I'm sure you do too. So I decided to make this video to talk about the mistakes I made when I first got into VTubing.
Yeah.
I don't want you Bobas to make the same mistakes as me, especially since so many of us have been fed a ton of BS with growth tips. Arigato gozaimasu! You're welcome, VTuber-chan. Now let's talk about my first mistake, and that was becoming a VTuber. Okay, that's
True.
it. The video's over. Now you can click off. I'm just
Thank you.
kidding. Well, kinda. But wait, Mari, what do you mean by that? Well, it has to do more with being a part of the community. You know how there are literally communities for pretty much anything that exists, right? Being a content creator, you have a lot of different options when determining what community you want to join and focus making content on. Well, yeah, that's why I want to join a whole bunch of them and then make lots of friends. That way I can grow and become famous. No, you don't, because that's what I try to do too. I first watched Nianners on YouTube way back when she would just make videos doing parody voice clips. Her content has changed a lot, and I mean a lot since then. She went from silly skits to song covers to ASMR to VTubing and now to stardom. I saw her in so many different communities too, like the anime, the video game, and cosplaying community. Everyone thought how friendly and cool she was, so everyone wanted to talk to her. Yeah, exactly, and seeing her grow made me feel motivated to want to do the same. So I started talking to so many people in a whole bunch of different communities, thinking that it would help boost my following like it did for Nianners. And it actually worked. At least, I thought it was. You see,
Yeah, that's sort of how I think it works. Like, you're not going to get a ton of viewers just by going into a bunch of different communities and being a member of those communities. Like, I'm in a handful of communities, but I don't make a lot of time to message in those communities. It's more of being kind of present there and having a positive look, I guess, in those communities. Not so that everybody will just like check you out instantly, that It's more of people get to know your name, they get to know what you're like, and then they're a little more inclined to click in on streams, but that's not really the best way to network, to be honest.
All these different communities were talking about her, not to her. People genuinely enjoyed her content. Nyanners managed to entertain so many different people at once. From there, she started posting a lot more variety of content and kept growing. So, naturally, I started mingling with different people too. I tried to make a bunch of content for all these different communities, and while it did help boost my follower count, my videos and my streams are still getting little to no views. People just didn't really seem that interested in my content. Wait, but why? I thought you were making content that suits so many different communities like Nyanners. Yeah, I was, or at least I thought I was, but people were subscribing to Nyanners content for her, not really for themselves. I made the mistake trying to cater to everyone. It's actually incredibly difficult being active.
Yeah, you do not actually want to try and cater your content to specific people. Honestly, the best thing to do is cater your content to yourself. Put out the stuff that you want to see more of, because you're not the only one that thinks that. That's been working for me with commentary on the VTuber community.
In so many different communities. I couldn't keep up with posting and making content every day on social media like Nyanners and all the other popular VTubers. But how come Nyanners and all the other VTubers are able to do it? Because they don't spread themselves too thin like me. It took Nyanners like 11 years to get to where she is today. Just because they seemed like they were involved in other communities doesn't mean they actually were. Each and every one of them niched down into something and really focused on that. For Nyanners, it was VTubing and singing. For me, I'm trying to balance between a full-time job, social media, art commissions, streaming on Twitch, and making YouTube videos, and that's a lot of work.
I definitely recommend doubling up on your streaming and videoing. Like, talk about the stuff that you're passionate about on your streams, even when you're playing a game completely unrelated. Just cut that into segments, put that onto YouTube. That will help you grow, I swear to God.
Realizing how many projects I had going on made me realize I need to buckle down and start picking a niche I actually want to make content of. Okay, so niche down and focus on a community, that's how you grow, right? Not really, no. What? No, wait a minute. Sticking to one community and focusing on a niche did improve what type of content I want to make, but it didn't help me grow as a VTuber because I was so half-hearted into being a VTuber. How can you be half-hearted VTuber? Is that lore? What I mean is, I wasn't truly a part of the VTubing community, nor was my content really resonating with them. It was just kind of there like every other VTuber posting videos and streaming. I wasn't standing out or doing anything unique. My content was simply just existing. And we all know from Rick and Morty that existence is pain, bobas. It made me feel kind of alone. Seeing Nyanners and all other popular VTubers get close to each other made me realize how important it is to actually communicate with people. And that's when you grew more? Nope, I still didn't grow from that. Well, okay, I kind of did, but not in the way I expected. I did keep growing in numbers, but that's just because all my followers were just VTubers. I made the mistake of trying to be friends with every single VTuber I found on Twitter.
Yeah, that happens. You do try to, you want to try and spread out your network of who you're able to, collaborate with and stuff, but if just your followers are just VTubers, you're not really going to be growing from that per se. It'll help spread your name better because other people that have established communities will be able to see their Oshi interacting with you favorably, and that can help draw people over. But oh my god, it's going to take so long. You really need to focus more on that 24/7 content that people can come across, like YouTube videos, like TikToks.
I thought if I was friends with everyone, then I could do collaborations with them and that'll boost my popularity. But Mari, isn't that actually a good way to grow as a VTuber? Yeah, it is, but only if you do it in the right way.
Sorta true.
I really don't like collaborating with people. Okay, wait, let me rephrase that. I love collaborating with people, but I don't like the process of setting up collaborations. It is
Mood. Okay, I get that. Like, it is a lot of fun to just chat with random people. I really love doing that. I love playing games with people too. But my problem is, for me anyways, that it's very, very hard for me to just take any sort of game and then turn it into a segment kind of thing. Like, because if I only have, like, on average 2 days a week to actually stream, and it's really, really hard for me to have a gaming stream if I haven't prepped for any videos for the upcoming week. It's kind of why I've been mixing some of my gaming content in with longer videos that I've been watching. Keeping a distance from people you feel is sketchy may also be a good option. Never know who will be the troublesome one. Oh yeah, that's absolutely true.
It's so stressful to set up. I know I want to make friends, and I know it's good to collaborate with other content creators, but the actual thought of messaging people, asking them if they'd be interested in collaborating, planning what we're gonna stream and setting up the time, then hoping they don't cancel is so mentally draining. Okay, yeah, that does sound like a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. It's not as much if you're an extrovert, but like it's oh my god, you add in time zones and holy shit. Just trying to schedule all those interviews for the 24-hour stream I did. Holy shit, that was a nightmare to schedule.
Also went about it the wrong way. I kid you not, when I first started my VTuber Twitter, I legit messaged every single follower on my followers list doing this like introduction pitch. I was hoping that the small talk could help me build a relationship with them, and then we could collaborate, and bam, we both gain more viewers and more followers. Easy, right? No, it's not. I have ADHD, and I already have a bunch of difficulties trying to focus on just answering my emails, let alone DMing hundreds of VTubers. I quickly dropped this because it was so draining and the friendships were just superficial, which still made me feel very lonely. How did you decide to fix it then? Oh, that's easy. I decided to focus less on being everyone's friend and focus more on myself. Now, it's okay to be selfish and take time for yourself to help your personal growth as a content creator.
Yep, more people need to actually realize that. They think that they gotta focus on being the best friend to everybody else instead of focusing on being the best version of themselves that they can be. That leads a lot of people down not the most healthy paths.
Creator. However, as I started viewing making friends as more of a business relationship because I saw the other big VTubers making tweets and videos about the importance of networking. Oh yeah, this is when Neander started getting really big, right? Don't interrupt. But from then, I started noticing the people I talked to and kept in good contact with started getting more popular and collaborating with other people. Their content started getting better, and I was just floored with excitement from their growth. I couldn't believe it. How that stuff actually works in becoming more popular. It even helped me start to grow too, but I wasn't growing at the same speed as my friends. Some of the VTubers uprising were VTubers who I remember I saw make their account only a month or goes before mine. They had literally blown up, and as it was amazing to watch them grow, I couldn't help but feel a little bit jealous of the lack of my own growth. So I wanted to talk to them more and see what they did differently to see how I can learn to grow as they did.
I can relate to that feeling. I've helped shoot somebody over 4,000 followers on Twitter almost overnight before. I can definitely relate to being sort of sad that you're not growing as fast as the others, but like, I mean, that's part of the game. They had a more unique design, I'm gonna say, a less used style of design. I came in pretty late with the succubus aesthetic, honestly. Considering rebranding, but like, how do you stand out in a world of main characters?
Isn't that clout chasing? Yes and no. Clout chasing comes in many different forms and there are different severities. I think every content creator at some point in their career has thought to themselves, wouldn't it be nice if my friend blew up and I blew up too because I'm friends with them? You might not have said it in those exact words, but the thought was still there. This really changed how I interact with people, especially when it came to collaborations. Ooh, Mari became a clout chaser and that's how she grew? Did you not listen, VTuber-chan? I said it affected how I interact with people, not why I interact with them. I tried to get closer to the friends that were becoming popular, thinking I could learn how to grow my own content, and by associating with them more, it'll help me grow in some sense. Oh, I see where you're going with this. But as long as you're not only friends with them for that reason, then it's not something you need to worry about. Okay, so
I mean, yeah, if it makes a lot of sense that you want to. We're all creators. We all want to grow. We want more eyes drawn to our platform. It's the big issue is not that you're considering the possibility of the clout from both of you continuously growing. It's don't make that the entirety of why you're friends with somebody. Like, have a little bit deeper connections with people. Like, I'm not friends with VTubers because of their Twitter following. I assume they're not friends with me because I'm bigger on YouTube. I assumed it was because we liked each other, but you never really know.
Niche down, focus on one community, make friends, do collaborations, and that's how you grow. Now, don't misunderstand. I was on the same page as you with that summary. I thought I understood what all those meant, but I actually didn't. I wanted to grow as a content creator, but not at the expense of my friend's popularity. I'm obviously not my friend, just like how I'm also not Nyanners. So while it's cool to be associated with people who have a following, it's not guaranteed that you'll grow from it. You don't know what everyone's intentions are, which led me to my next mistake. Friends don't lie. Since I messaged all these people in the VTubing community and started niching down my content, people started following me and talking to me more, but it was weird because it almost felt like they were having literal crushes on me. Oh yeah, I have lots of VTuber crushes. And it's totally fine to crush over other VTubers, just be aware that this amount of affection might not always be genuine.
Yeah, like, honestly, when I say that I have like a crush on somebody, I'm openly jokingly saying like I've got a parasocial crush, and I usually also add platonic to it, because like I try to really push the thing that I have a joking crush essentially on somebody, like Glow the succubus. I'm pretty sure I've said to them publicly that I've got platonic parasocial crush on them, and like we're pretty cool. We don't DM too much, but I'm pretty sure we're cool. I like them. Not trying to reinvent the wheel. Trying not to reinvent the wheel can be unique because you're unique in your personality. Yeah, I know. Like, in terms of like my design and stuff, and like my personal growth, it's explicitly come from the kind of content, like niching down on the commentary content has really been what's been helping me. It's been giving me that steady, consistent growth over time. Obviously, it's slowed down this last month because I've missed a lot of streaming. I missed a lot of content. But it's steadily been growing for the last few months that I've actually been putting out this kind of content.
Remember I said I am probably not the only one who gets a little jealous watching my friends get more popular than me. As I started getting more popular, some of my friends got jealous of me too, and it eventually led to some of them hating me. OMG, Mari, how could anyone hate you? I'm not everyone's cup of tea.
Here's the thing. What was that phrase? What was that phrase? It was from Boy George song. Popularity breeds contempt. That's how the song "Do You Really Hate Me" or "Do You Really Want to Hurt Me" or whatever, however that one opens. And that's honestly true. You can be the nicest, friendliest person in the world, and there will still be people who hate you for whatever reason. Not everybody is going to like you. Not everybody will vibe with what you do. You want to focus on the ones that do.
And as uncomfy as that thought is, it's bound to happen the more I grow. The more friends I made, the more haters I started to attract, the more obsessive everyone becomes over numbers. Mari, you're making no sense. How can people start to hate you for having friends? Well, I started noticing.
I'm pretty sure it's more of a death by association kind of thing. You're friends with this bad person, so that makes you a bad person. I think it's pretty stupid shit.
Seen a lot of them suddenly become more clingy to me, and I started getting messages by VTubers trying to do that same introduction pitch that I did. This sudden realization of how scummy this behavior actually is and that it was happening to me made me question what the differences are between a positive acquaintance and then an actual friendship. This really put a stunt in my content creation because I felt uncomfortable with what I was doing. I felt like I wasn't really being honest with anyone or myself. It literally just felt like a numbers game. What do you mean by a numbers game? Well, it felt like people were only friends with me in the beginning because they were on the same level as me, but as they grew more popular and I stayed the same, they slowly started to distance themselves from me. Then I had people who were on a lower level than me trying to push being more aggressively friendly to me. Then as they started getting popular, they did the same thing, distancing themselves. It made me start to feel a lot of pressure about my following and my numbers and less about the content that I enjoyed. I started blaming everything on myself for not being successful without actually knowing why. I kept asking myself, what am I doing wrong? Why can't I have the same amount of energy and motivation like every other VTuber? Do I have nothing to offer for my own content? These questions haunted me, and I lost so much sleep and friends over it because I started second guessing everything. This made me become distant from everyone in the community. I just started thinking negatively. Sure, those people were getting popular, but they were getting popular from drama and doing the same scummy tactics I thought was right. It was affecting my mental health a lot. But Mari, how did you manage to keep posting on YouTube and stream regularly? I started watching Yanners and other popular VTubers again, and then I realized something. No matter how tough things might get for them, they always find a way to still smile and create content on things that they enjoy.
The trick is to make content you actually enjoy. It's what'll keep you coming back. If you're only making content for the clicks, you're not putting your all into that content, and it's going to come across, and people can tell, and it is going to affect your growth. You want to make the stuff that you actually like, that you want to see more of, that you're actually going to put effort into doing.
They don't ever talk about how many friends they have or show a lot of care about focusing on their numbers. Under those avatars, they are still human and have similar struggles just like me. Yet they don't let it stop them from doing what they love. I notice how they take any difficulty and turn it into something creative that everyone can resonate with. It wasn't about the quantity, but the quality they surrounded themselves in both their content and their friend group. I started feeling a lot better ever since I distanced myself from the toxic mentality that some people brought into the VTubing community. I also stopped listening to the advice of all these popular VTubers constantly tweeting out to new and upcoming VTubers like you and myself, and I started focusing on what I can do to spread more positivity and support into the community. I wanted to give back and show my appreciation to actual friends. This is when I actually started to grow. Did you know it has taken me 6 years to create this YouTube channel? Even after all my friends kept bugging me about making one for a long time because they believed I would make a great YouTuber. I just honestly didn't believe them. I just thought if I surrounded myself with so much information and build a following, then I would make good content. But it's the exact opposite.
Yeah, that's a trap so many people just fall into. They think my content will be better when I have the viewers. No, your content will always be the same. It'll get better as you do it, but you're not really going to change just because you've got more viewers now. Hey, Demon Fox.
Good content will build your following. Also focusing less on how many views or follows I get from each post or video upload or when I'm live streaming, and paying attention to the feedback and how others perceive my content was way more important. This is actually how the biggest VTubers grew. It still involves all the same words: niching down, community building, making friends, and collaborating. But the difference is not focusing on the numbers from each of those aspects. So what do we focus on in those aspects? The quality, of course. Everything just comes down to how passionate you are about becoming a VTuber and how well you can show that passion through your content and conversing with others.
True. It is fully about how much you portray yourself and your enthusiasm for what you're doing. Because if you're really letting it show that you're not having a great time because only 1 or 2 people are watching you, it's just going to make those 1 or 2 people leave. You gotta focus on what makes you happy, what makes you enjoy what you're doing. Is that focusing on a really good game in Halo or COD or whatever, then do it. Just don't focus on this would be more fun if more people were watching. Because of course it would be more fun if more people were watching. But people don't watch for your numbers. They watch for you. They want to see the fun that you're having through your content. They want to live vicariously through your content.
What Nianners does is truly incredible. She might have made similar mistakes I made, but the way she overcame those mistakes really shines through in her personality and her content. She never ever looks at anyone like a number. Even though she streams to thousands of people, she talks as if she's speaking to them each individually. I learned a lot from my mistakes and decided to overcome them too. I realized that all these little mistakes just literally meant this one giant mistake, and that was focusing too much on numbers. People are not numbers.
Bro.
You are not a number, and I am not a number. Changing my mentality has allowed me to see that I have been growing as a content creator all along. I might not be in the stardom level like Nianners, but I don't need to be. Nianners didn't start that way either. Nobody truly does, and anyone who says that they got lucky is literally lying to your face, because that's not how it works. Everything reminds you of something. Every boba that watches, likes, subscribes, or even comments on my videos just shows that I am successful because it took an actual person behind that username to do all of those things. If I can
True.
make one person resonate with me and my content in some way, then that means I am growing as a VTuber. I hope listening to my story made you realize that you are growing too, just like your favorite famous VTuber. You're growing at your own pace, and making mistakes is part of the content creation journey. If you have any questions you would like to ask me, or if you would like to share something about yourself with me and everyone else watching this video, then please leave a comment down below and I will definitely reply to you. Thanks for watching, Bobas. I hope you enjoyed the tea time. Bye!
God damn. That was fully wrapped up. Nicely done video there, Mari. Definitely leaving a like. Yeah, like so many people will just they focus too much on where they want to be rather than how they're getting there. That was a very nice video. I liked it. They need to really focus more on, or they need to realize where they are at, because a lot of people will think, oh, I'm not growing, and in reality, if they didn't talk about constantly, or they didn't constantly talk about, I wish I was growing more, there would be more people sticking around to their content, because there's a lot of smaller creators that genuinely put out a lot of good content. They just fall into that trap of thinking, I wish I could do this. I wish I could do that. I'm actually going to subscribe to her. I want to see more. I want to see more of that Mari Yumi. Excuse me. Okay, let's... God, there's just longer shit going on right now for videos to watch. I do kind of want to redo my design, but I don't know to what. So currently I'm going to be sticking with Succubus because, like, I'm a basic bitch and that's all I can really think of. But I'm not sure. Honestly, how do you stand out as in a world full of main characters? Ah. Part of me does want to go with the with like a low poly aesthetic. There have been some VTubers out there that have that. It's kind of eye catching. But like, I don't know. Part of me wants to be a little more unique than a succubus. That's there's so many of us out there right now. It's kind of ridiculous. But like, what would I go with? That's a hard one to say. What to watch next? What to cover next? Should I see if something on Twitter is trending? Trending. What's going on? Captain Kirk is trending? Could always be the NPC in your story. What? I am confused. Side quest? No, it would be side piece. Excuse me. Seriously, I'm not sure what other topics I really want to get up to. Because I do have some other videos that I could go over, but they're like half-hour long each. I don't really feel like going over a half-hour video. Oh my god, I don't want... Fucking Twitter. Become an X.com. That's stupid. But with, like, honestly, you know, it'd be really funny if, with Twitter changing to... With Twitter changing to, X.com, Blue Sky should buy the rights to Twitter. That would be so fucking funny. And then Blue Sky just turns back into Twitter. X dies in the waste like it's going to. Nah, I don't feel like making that a segment. Seriously, I'm not sure what to talk about. Yeah, Elon's probably going to be hanging on to the Twitter rights.
Like, I used to be like this.
Just you. You guys know Pippa Pipkin, right? That bunny VTuber from Phase Connect that I've done a video on before. She was the one that made the case for chastity. So, not the kink, by the way. And she put out, or I guess she had shared her thoughts on lewd tubers. So, as a lewd tuber, let's see what she has to say. Come on, Pippa, enlighten us.
Like, I used to be like this. I think, right, like, I'm not big into lewd tubers, right? But I remember it used to, I used to be one of those people where I was like, oh my god, well, if you want to be popular as a VTuber, just lewd bait and post a bunch of Comer stuff. And I don't think that's true anymore.
No, it can be. It can be true. You definitely get more popular on Twitter when you're lewd posting, but it certainly does not help your growth with, like, YouTube or Twitch. But yeah, sex does sell, so there have been a lot of people that do kind of push back on lewd stuff because, you know, they like their incel culture.
I don't think that's true anymore, you know? First of all, it's none of my business, whatever the fuck people do. It can be annoying if you get spammed with it. Like, you don't want to see that shit and you get spammed with it. But I also just think it's kind of like with that take in particular, it was just kind of uninformed because now, like, I've seen plenty of lewd tubers that are irrelevant as fuck. You know, you can't just be lewd in order to get attention. Like the people.
That's actually really true. There's a lot of really tiny lewd tubers that are just trying to make their way in the world, make the content they like. They just like being lewd. But that alone is not enough to really send someone to prominence.
People that pop off for, like, being lewd a few times or whatever are like, oh my god, accidental, oh, I said something and I got clipped, oh my god! You know, like, those people, they don't have lasting popularity or whatever. Like, even if you don't like the content, right? Like, I don't like watching lewd tubers. I guess, well, I don't know. I like Shylily, and I guess she technically counts as a lewd tuber.
Yes, she would be considered a lewd tuber.
But I don't know, whatever. Anyways, I think just in
At least I
general,
do.
you know, like, people don't want to watch shit that they don't want to watch. And so, especially as, like, a growing content creator, it's easy to be like, oh, well, if I just did this thing that's popular, I would be popular. But, like, people just don't like you, you know? People just didn't like me. Probably had to do with a lot with my shitty personality. And I respect the people that did enjoy me, right? But, like, I was like seething, you know? You need more than that, yeah. I'm glad that I've grown, not just in terms of numbers, right? Because I'm very grateful that I can live off of doing this. But I'm also glad that I've grown as a person, and that's not to say, like, I'm a good person and that I'm whatever, right? But I'm glad that I've grown alongside my audience in terms of, I don't know, just being a person. I don't know, I feel like I stagnated for a long time as a NEET. I'm getting off topic again. But I feel like when you're like a NEET, you know, if you're a NEET, especially like in schooling, you don't get exposed to a lot of stuff. And I think that's how you grow as a person, you know? I think that's why I think that's why it's good for people to travel and shit. You know, people travel and they come back and they're really annoying about it. They're like, oh my god, I went to Italy and I learned about yoga and I learned about, you know, not living to be.
As annoying as people get when they touch grass, they actually do benefit from social experiences outside of the house. It's kind of a good thing to do. Yeah. Like, people can be rather annoying with going on and on and on about their experiences, but usually it's the kind of person that doesn't have those kind of experiences very much. Also, yeah, she is getting off topic of lewd tubers.
Be entertained, but living to enjoy the quiet entertainment, you know? Living, right? And you're like, holy shit, shut the fuck up, you are so pretentious. But I think genuinely people do get a little bit more enlightened about life in the world the more they go outside their bubble. I say as somebody who lives firmly inside of my own bubble and only takes very, very short steps outside of it.
You definitely want to try to expand your bubble. That way you don't end up making a bunch of problematic statements. You grow as a person.
God. Anyways, that's my life advice. I'm kind of a loser, but if you enjoy it, you know, if you're also a loser, it might work for you. I'm gonna pop your bubble. No. No. God. Sakuna was like, Pippa, you gotta like, get your passport. Pippa, you gotta come to the and then it was like, I'll fix you. It was like, what the fuck?
I can relate to that one. People are like, you gotta get your passport. No. I don't want to travel outside of this country. I've seen what goes on in the States.
I'm not broken. I'm just a little mentally unwell.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all, Pippa? Aren't we all? But yeah, I think her main points there were, at least regards to LewdTubers, is that it doesn't have as big of a fast appeal to growth as it used to be. A big part of it, I would say, was sort of the novelty that you get the hentai characters live right now with their lewd stuff. But then people just kind of get bored of it, sort of. There are definitely people that still are super duper into it, and there's definitely a market for it, but it's not gonna rocket propel you into prominence just by going into the lewd stuff. Like, I mean, I kind of fall into the lewd tuber category. I would definitely do. I make lewd art mostly of VTubers. And while I haven't really done much of it recently, when I was doing it like consistently and consistently, I wasn't seeing really any growth from that per se. I was just kind of getting unsurprisingly, I'm pretty sure Pippa has like ADHD and it's really hard for her to stick to a topic, but yeah, I get her point as well. What the hell was I saying? Yeah. Me pushing into the lewd content didn't help with my growth otherwise. It just made me feel good because I liked making art that people wanted of their VTuber personas. It made them feel good, so that made me feel good, and it wasn't anything related to the growth. It was just I liked making that for people. I just haven't had the time to do it lately, or the inspiration. It's been hard. Not in a fun way. What else can we really talk about? I don't know if I have shorter stuff to talk about next. Wait, how long is this video? 13 minutes of Shy Lily talking to Iron Mouse about hentai. That I might actually want to save for another stream, honestly. I am getting to the point where my legs hurt. I want to stand up and move around. I might just call it for this stream, actually. I really should take time to, like, plan out more topics to talk about. But on the other hand, I'm lazy and it's hard. Not in the fun way. God, I want to play more Final Fantasy 14. I miss that game. I need to finish off Endwalker. That should honestly be a stream I should do. Finishing Endwalker. There's also another stream I should do. I got a model kit I can build as well. I just haven't built it in over a year. You haven't even gotten to Endwalker yet? I've gotten through most of the zones. I think I'm on to the final zone. And Reaper is my highest class at 90. Second highest I think is 89 or 88. With that being my Dark Knight. Yeah, I want to play more Final Fantasy. I miss it so much. It's been far too long since I've played it. Have an addiction to running dungeons and raids. I get that. I tend to play the deep dungeons way more than the rest of the content for Final Fantasy. Speaking of which, I haven't even touched the latest deep dungeon because I haven't finished the story yet. That's something I gotta get to. I really want to get to that. Oh yeah, before I forget. Stream elements. I've got to update the invite settings. Ah, damn it, I gotta close streamer mode. Hey, Angel Tail. It has been a bit of a wild ride for me. Been recovering from strep throat. That was not fun at all. But hey, I've bounced back more or less. Settings. No. Server settings. Invites. Dashboard. Chatbot. Chat commands. Custom commands. Does it work now? Yes. The Discord command works once again. Okay, I think that's all setup. I don't think there's anything else I need to do on the back end. Oh, have you guys heard about VStream? It's a new website starting up. I do have permission to stream there, but when I was going to set it up, I found out that I can't multi-stream there using Restream, what I used to use to stream to Twitch and YouTube, because it doesn't have like a encoder or whatever set up. I have to use a custom one for Restream, so I'd have to pay for that. But I mean, I might be streaming there in the future. For now, though, I am definitely focusing on my YouTube. That seems to be doing the best for me. I should probably watch like a Lucy Hayes video at some time. It's been a while since well, I don't think I've actually covered anything from Lucy Hayes. Or no, not Lucy Hayes. Lucy Pyre. Lucy Hayes does a lot of good work. Hayes does a lot of longer form videos. Lucy Pyre does shorter edited videos. How are they organized in terms of streamers and keepers of the platform? For VStream, not too bad. It does seem like there's no algorithm you gotta worry about, per se. But, like, you go on to their website, and you go to click see who's live, it doesn't it organizes it by most recent by default for who started streaming latest, like 8 minutes ago, 14, 15, 20, 30, and then like, wow, really? These are the only people that are live? It's a fledgling stream website. The viewer numbers are about to be expected with a smaller new platform, but hey, they're growing. It's worth checking out. They do have a Discord available to join and ask your questions and stuff. I just can't really get myself to stream separately. I don't want to take the time to plan out multiple streams across platforms. Newly open stream platform for VTubers. Yes, it is specifically focusing on being a streaming streaming and VOD platform for VTubers specifically. I mean, I do imagine as they keep growing, I will likely multi-stream there, because honestly, it's good for me to do the multi-streaming. You maximize number of eyes. I just don't know if I really want to get into Kick per se. I know I'm doing pretty well, I would say, with YouTube, so I don't really need to worry too much about branching out that much. I want to check out more platforms though. With VStream, it's like you do get the VODs out there, but you don't get the same kind of videos like you do with YouTube. They do have a full-on thing for debuts and stuff. Which, I mean, debuts are popular in the VTuber spheres. But, like, live debuts about... Those are the top 3 things. Has VStream shown their organization structure? Like, are they a co-op thingy or more like 50-50 share? What about revenue, Choo-Choo? They have no monetization right now, as it stands. They do have a thing for careers open. In 2020, more than 1.5 billion people watched VTuber content. And there's still no platform made exclusively for these massively popular virtual creators and their fandom. Enter VStream, the live streaming and offline video platform built for virtual creators and their fans. They're wanting to expand their... team? So I don't know about it being a co-op. This seems like it's more of a typical firm setup that they have for VStream, rather than it being co-op minded. Wait, I have 3 followers? I knew Hayami followed me on VStream. I followed her. Cool. But it'll be interesting to see where VStream goes with the... Excuse me. See where it actually leads with the revenue split, all that. Because I would imagine they're going to be doing a better than 50-50 share with creators. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to make you yawn. It doesn't look like any other VTubers are currently live. At least not that I'm following on YouTube. I think, though, that'll do it for tonight. It does have a nice design, I will give them that. Like, it's pretty easy to grasp what's going on with the website. It's worth keeping your eye on. I definitely recommend checking it out. It'll definitely be easy for you to, you know, keep an eye on smaller streamers. Get to know some new ones that you haven't found before. Who knows? Who knows? Anyways, for now, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna go have something to eat or whatnot. God damn. I'm so tired. Yeah, I need to go have something to eat. I need to go have something more sippy. Thanks y'all for tuning in. Before I do go, if you guys do have somebody you'd like to see me talk to or like have on the show, hit me up. I would definitely like to talk with more and more people on my stream about whatever. I have some people I want to talk with more. I just haven't scheduled it yet. But I mean, hey, I'm open to conversations. Anyways, take care, everybody. Remember, if you can't be the sharpest tool in the shed, you can always be the hoe.